Arkin will fall away in 5 turns. Not before I get one of my projects in, though. Just kicking Germany when they're down. I think that's what's happening here. The Darklands of where Germany used to be. A nationalism that makes, everything just that much more powerful. Ooh, Quartermaster. Tatiana, if my spy is in home territory, all of my spies are +1 level. Oh, well, okay then. Well, okay. And I'm also going to get the military tool extension building because 25% production towards military units in the city, I believe, stacks with spies, and I've got 9 more that I can produce, so that's quite cool. Sorry about that again. You're back. It's all good. Let's make you a bard this time. Yeah, I get culture and you give combat strength to people. You're gonna go to Shenyang, are you? Oh, is that the best place to go? There's got to be other places that are feeling a bit unstable right now. Oh yeah, the Scythian capital is just like ready to go. Okay, perfect. Off you pop. I've been using my super brain here, and I realized that de Medici can give a bank that holds 2 great work slots, which is anything, including relics. I could have even more relics in my nation, which I like the sound of a lot. I'll celebrate that by making an amphitheater, just to help the culture. We're working this 4th and 5th ring now. Culture needs to go up as fast as possible. Speaking of, let's not get culture. Let's keep working on science. Oh, this is fun. There's a cavalry here and a rare opportunity where my 2 vampires are both stood next to it at the same time. Interesting. Yes. You can't resist this, can you? Oh, Strahd is up to 98 strength now. Not as high as we could have it, but still very strong. You can make vampire spawn cores. Oh my goodness, you can multi-class. You can multi-class them. Okay, that's quite cool. We're about to hit our housing cap, so this is actually a really good time. Or I could just spawn them in as cores. Does that consume 2 population? I don't know. But I think I want to do them 1 at a time, don't I? Yeah, let's do it. Let's start getting these in. Every time I get to 27 population, I'll treat myself. Voting? Well, okay then. I would like it to be, again, a reduction in faith. And I'd love it if I culture bombed, although I don't think we're actually within culture bomb range at the moment. Oh well. Unmet player. Production. Okay, fine. That's all good. Warlock. So that is 1 attack and 5 combat strength. So what does that pair with? I feel like sorcerer is exactly the same thing. Oh no, it gives +1 range. So actually, it's really good because now Perkins D is a sorcerer warlock multi-class with 3 range attack. Oh yeah, okay, that's powerful. +50 as well. That's replaceable parts. Has pushed us into the modern era. These things are getting really tough. Military Academy tool extension finished there. 25% production towards military units in the city, as well as a whole bunch of great general points. The power demand on this city is beginning to get quite high as well. Potentially have to keep an eye on that one. A bank tool extension, bit of gold. I think I'm going to go straight for culture though. Let's go for the archaeological museum. Get that in first, and then the tool extension gives me a bunch of space for things that give me a lot of culture, and Pingala works with culture buildings as well. So the archaeological museum is done. Let's get the tool extension. How many more of these have we got in our nation? Only 1 more slot. We need to actually get to 29 pop. That is a problem because we're not far now off getting the neighborhood, and the neighborhood tool extension is needed. So getting to 29 pop is suddenly of great importance. And force the food up a little bit with the food focus. We'll try that for a bit. Yeah, 29 population. I should be able to get that pretty easily. And do we try and put this off for any longer? No. I'm going to whisper into the ear of Poland and say, let me join in your war, please. Oh, I'm such a bad influence on the world. This is wonderful. Now Lord Sucklington can just move straight in. I mean, look at this. Well, bam, straight in. Tatiana, quartermaster. So now all of my spies are +1 level. Should mean that all of them doing beautiful counter spying or whatever. That should be awesome. There's one in here already. You need to stop and move. Start to disintegrate more of China. The rate at which my troops just heal themselves is hilarious. I love it. It's so vampire-y. Isaac, you have disguise already? Fabricate scandal isn't the one I want. Breach dam would be fun. Let's do that. Just having you promoted makes you more and more likely to win. Well, Sucklington's beginning to struggle with troops. We need to increase the strength a bit, I think. Or we just need to get lots of reinforcements in, like double shooting vampire spawn. That often helps matters quite considerably. Oh, that's much better. Yes, there we go. 90% reduce enemy loyalty by 30. That's the sort of success rate we want to see. Oh, this is fun. I've got my bard followed by my Sorlock, I think they call it, don't they? Oof. Okay. Perkins D now has 85 strength ranged attacks. That's pretty impressive. to get you to the front lines really quick. Oh, I love it. I love the way that the unique units just build up so differently. It's a genius strategy. The coding in this is brilliant. I love it. Killing a core. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the vampire spawn wins. It's because we like being heavily outnumbered. That's the whole thing. It means we can feast on people, you know? Oh, Strahd's still feeding as well. Delicious. Delicious. Religious emergency. I'm not passing that. I'm not spending my favor. How dare you? My favor's way too precious for that. Civil engineering means we can now go to urbanization. Urbanization's going to be a great step up for me. This is so tempting. 50% production in my capital, but no governors. Oh, I take a huge science and culture hit, but it would be fun. Put monumentality in just for a second. My capital is too busy building stuff of great importance. I could get Big Ben, for instance. Or we could start to flush out some spies now. Let's get a few more spies. Let's have another load of them. We can use Filippo to rush Big Ben, like so, and then just keep flipping between. So we're using Machiavellianism. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Religious emergency. Yeah, I'm joining that. Someone else raised it, and I'd like to get a relic. I'd like there to be more relics in the game. Relics are fun. Oh, it passed. This time it passed. Yes. One of the best ways that I can lower loyalty in cities is to raise all of the food and all of the amenities. If we can force the city to be desperately unhappy, that will help a lot. Chemistry. Now we have research labs and research lab tall extensions. That I would love. Again, population of Barovia is becoming the issue here. I might start to replace a lot of the mines around the edges of my city with farms. Reason being, food is what I need more than production at the moment. Better get that research lab finished as soon as possible. Mechanized farms are already there. Now we go to flight. The idea of flight is quite funny. Strahd, to this point, has not been able to fly. Soon, very soon, we will be able to fly. Zombies appearing on the battlefield. Yes, that's right. Continue feeding me. Strahd grows hungrier by the day. The pillaging is good. The pillaging is absolutely terrific. We're getting about double science per turn at the moment, at the very least. Kazmir, off you go. Beijing this time. I still think China is by far the weakest link. They're the ones that want to embrace the totality of night, you know? They're the ones that want to join me in the eternal slumber. Just sometimes you can just tell about these things, you know? You just get a sense. Big Ben. Economic policy slot and 50% extra gold. Hey, do you remember that time the Strahd the vampire built Big Ben? All right, that's right. That's basically the history of London. Yes. London is in fact ruled by a bunch of undead men. Sort of, kind of unfortunately true, really, isn't it? This Temple of Artemis, by the way, is rocking absolute overtime. How many amenities is it bringing in? 9, I think. That's, oh, yep. I'm glad I built that one. I'm very glad I built that one. And there's flight. Just a little bit of tourism, but we can now build aerodromes. Now we rush to rocketry. If I can put a satellite in space, which again, as Strahd, kind of a silly thing to do, then I can see every single city in the world. I mean, I'll know exactly where my spies need to go to. It sort of makes sense when you think about it, so don't think about it too hard. That's all I'm gonna say. Just accept that's what's happening. You know, one thing I could do, I could take over a city and then let it flip, but in the meantime, use all of its population to spawn more vampire spawning. Oh, I don't even need to keep it. I'll just let it flip after that point. You know what? Oh, that's almost brilliant. That's clever. Yes. Let's do that. Let's absolutely do that. Let's take this city over and then spawn vampire spawn until it's on like 1 population. It's kind of me going into a city and just feeding on it. I'm getting into the vampire RP too much in this game. It's kind of a bit worrying. Oh, look, it's built walls up at the last minute. It knows exactly what I'm going to try and do. Oh, it's too late. It's far too late for that. Escher is killed. Oh no, Scythia blocked it. Terrible. We need more spies. If they're going to keep getting killed, we definitely need more spies. And now our research labs are a little bit better. We get the next turn. I can't promise I'm going to stop spying on you. If anything, I'm going to spy on you more because now I'm annoyed. Research lab has pushed me to 282, or as we call it, a very tasty amount of science. Use magic missiles to blast the walls to bits, and then Lord Sucklington and Strahd move in together as a little pincer movement. We take over the city. Sorry, my spy did just get dislodged there very quickly. We're going to keep it, and we're going to let it flip. We don't need to keep this at all. In fact, let's just quickly install a puppet government. Puppet government will stop my capital from losing a bunch of its yields. Like right now, because I own 2 cities, look, this has all gone down from 90% 100%. Oh, terrible, terrible. Urbanization. So the neighborhood tool extension we've spoken about, working 4th and 5th rings of the city. Brilliant, we need a neighborhood to do that. But urbanization now unlocks a bunch of extra cards like Mega City Innovations, Cultural Melting Pot, Religious Urban Space. These are all cards that apply to cities with at least 22 population and give big bonuses to yield per citizen, and then also percentages on top of that. Basically what we want to do is we want to get rid of civil prestige. Actually, no, scrap that. Let's just quickly pray in one more builder whilst we're at it, and the trader. Right now, we want to get rid of prestige, public works, and monumentality, and pop in Mega City Innovations, Cultural Melting Pot, and Religious Urban Place. Watch my stats. We're going to just see a big pop off in all of them. Yeah, lovely. Really important tech, that one. And now we go to unlock the archaeologist, because I have so many spaces for artifacts in my nation and nothing to do with them. I don't think the neighborhood needs to have terrific bonuses, but as much housing as we can get is a good thing. We'll pop it down here for now. A +5 is pretty good. Now as Strahd makes his way out of the city and starts snacking on more units, we're going to start praying in vampire spawn. Now let's test this. Can we do the dual class if I keep the promotion on this one and then do it at the same turn? Rudisha, you're a paladin and you don't have the promotion. Okay, so we actually need to wait a turn between all of these. That's fine. It's good to know. But now is the time to make all of my vampire spawn, all of my lovely channel supporters, double wielding, multi-classing cores for alarm, more like. There's the neighborhood. Unlimited housing. And here's the tall extension. Get that done as quickly as possible. This is where we should start seeing my nation growing much quicker than before. Sabito is a wizard, so what would work well with that? Maybe a druid? That's the only ranged attacker promotion. We could go for barbarian or artificer. +10 combat strength against district defenses. Oh, that would be useful. An artificer wizard. Yes. Yes. Now, oh, look at that. 95 strength against Beijing. You have become a siege monster. Oh, yeah. The combinations. I've never seen a mod quite like this one. The combinations are just amazing. And Strahd is still feeding right next to Lord Sucklington. The combat bonuses are beginning to get pretty high now. You can see Sucklington is on +13 barb, +9 regular units. Strahd is on +15 barb and +20 regular units. So that's +35. Oh, wonderful. Oh, maybe we can go for triple multi-classing once we unlock armies. Yeah. But this very much confirms that we actually want to be conquering cities and then taking vampire spawn from them. I don't know why I didn't see this before, but now I've seen it. It's so clever. This mod is brilliant. I almost want to play a proper game with it just because now I know the tactic. Now I get it, you know? Now it just makes more sense. So Kapayobi the Bloody is a rogue, a melee attacker. We could give you fighter or barbarian. Barbarian just makes you stronger and gives you no combat strength reduction when damaged, but I'm going to go for the fighter because that's a double attacking rogue unit. Oh yeah, that's fun. Lord Sucklington's going to come in here whilst Perkins D, the Sawlock, the Sorcerer Warlock Blaster, just kills stuff like that. So there's the tall extension. We are now on 29 population, and do you notice that slight change? Yes, that's right. We are now working tiles on the 4th and 5th ring of the city. The ultimate one city challenge. So there's a lot less specialists now, so we probably just need to let our city work stuff out and work the best yields. This is going to get very confusing as it decides what to do. So it thinks that industrial zone specialists are worth it, but none of the others particularly. Fine. I guess that sort of checks out. We need to get to 33 population for the next building. All right. We can hold on till then, I think. Anti-tank crew has 75 strength. Core has 85. I'm just going to build one of these, and my vampires will go up to 85 strength. It'll be an increase of 20 something. Oh, it's done. I had an overflow. Okay, cool. Well, these are quite good defensive units now. I guess this is a good time to start building walls then. I've actually managed to avoid walls for this entire time. It's surprising. Strahd now has 126 strength. I like that as a result. That's a good result. Sapito is, unfortunately, it does have -17 still on ranged attacks against cities. I think the graphic just wasn't quite working there. I was getting quite excited. Oh, I can start divine smiting and spreading my religion as well. well. Oh, this playthrough is so like insidious. Wonderful. Strahd can now start bashing on the door of this city directly. Beautiful. Beautiful to see. Another promoted spy. License to kill. That seems like a fun one. Yes. Yes. License to kill away. So one thing I do have to hold my hands up and admit, which is a little bit embarrassing, but we did have one of our vampires killed. I'm sorry about that again. Nickerman, you may have died a second time. Don't worry. I'll respawn you once we've taken over one more of these cities. Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. We just need a moment. Just need a moment to get everything going again. And that's radio, which means we have aluminium, broadcast centers, seaside resorts. Look at the amazing Barovian seaside resort potential. My goodness. What a world. What a beautiful world we live in. Rocketry time as well. Oh, this will be good. Vampires in space. It's like a terrible spin-off movie, isn't it? Okay. Yep, these attacks are getting pretty crazy now. Oh, poor vampire spawn. Perkins D's almost dead. Cappy Yubby's almost dead. Field Cannon Core with promotions very much are starting to rip people apart now. We've been vanquished ever so slightly. We might need to just retreat for a second and go find somewhere else to pillage. I'm thinking maybe France is a really good place to pillage. I mean, look how weak France is. Oh, yeah, okay. I very much have just made my mind up on this now. So we'll leave my spies behind to deal just like a little bit of damage here. We'll do some last minute pillage. We'll bring everyone in this direction to make sure that when we do get spat out, hopefully we get spat out over there. Peace. You can have peace if you give me your books and your gold and your silk. Even more of your gold. Okay, not that much gold. We've crossed a line. Even with vampires, we've crossed a line. We immediately go in and open borders because that's part of the peace deal. And now all of my vampires will make their way over to France. This will be wonderful. And yes, I am going to start neutralizing governors and things like that. My spies aren't going anywhere, China. They are here for the ride. I think I'm going to ambitiously go for conservation because I might get a preserve in this city still. You never know. I agree with you. There are too many pressing problems on Earth to be pinning our hopes on space. France, you are like bottom of the tech tree. Yeah, 31 techs. I'm on 45. What are you talking about? I am literally going to space. I'm a space vampire. What are you doing? What's going on? Archaeologist with 6 charges. Time to dig up some artifacts and then worship them strangely. Why are people failing to foment unrest? I don't like that. Why are my traders being randomly killed as they leave the fog of the borders of my empire? I just think this is all very harsh. Why don't the zombies just learn to leave me alone? So many questions, so little time. Oh yeah, that's right. Sometimes you dig zombies up from artifacts. I love that. I say I love that. It's absolutely terrifying. I think if given the option, I need to go for my own artifact. Yes, I'm so obsessed with my own legacy. I must possess everything. Everything about myself I can. Can I teleport into the sea? Yes, I can. Nice. On the way, France. Don't you worry. These are going to be really annoying. These are actual defenses. I think this is just the basic defense, though, isn't it? Barricades. It's like 15 health per turn or something. Nasty, though. Oh, I've been waiting for this for so long. The industrial era. Dark Age for Serbia, Indonesia, France, and Russia. China, unfortunately, has gone into a golden age, which means they're probably going to be fine for now. They're probably going to start stealing their own cities back slowly, but we'll play the waiting game on that. France has lost another city, and they're only down to 2 now. I reckon we could probably take France out of the game. Poland is now losing cities as well. They're in a golden age, but they are losing them. Oh, and Scythia is almost out entirely. Yes. Oh, the Eternal Night. Makes me feel so good. Plus, we've now got Voivody, an extra vampire castle. Pillaging is only 1 movement, and we can intimidate people to -5 combat strength around my vampires. Isn't that just lovely? I, for one, think it's great. It's Lady Sucklington. You can actually feast on the zombies around my land. There's quite a few of them. There's a lot of strength to be gained from this rough area. Aerodrome's almost finished. Then we can get the spaceport. I'm having to remove some really good farm tiles, but I'm gaining more land outside on the Thoth Ring, so these are now being replaced slowly. Need a stronger unit for my vampires, though. Let's now go for combustion. My government is reset. Whole bunch of other different stuff now. Robber barons, 50% gold, 25% production, but -2 amenities. Ooh, I've got +9 at the moment, so we can get some robber barons in. I like that. You don't often see that in a game. Raj, it's a way of sort of draining vassals, really, isn't it? Culture industry, entertainment complex buildings bought with faith. I don't need that for now. Let's put Raj in. We need a bigger government. That's what we can agree on here. Just bigger government. Longji. These 4 men Fermenting unrest aren't really going to do much because unfortunately this is now a golden age area. But we now have an ace driver, so our spies are getting better. We just need more of them. More. Where could I put another vampire castle? Where is a good amount of yield? I'm looking really for food. Like this area probably. Or next to China? No, they haven't really improved any of their tiles. I think on this spot. This one's pretty decent. No, it's not very good. Maybe this one? There's no such thing as a perfect vampire castle. They're all fundamentally a little bit flawed. Oh, my spy mission was aborted because Scythia lost their capital. Dear oh dear. Isn't that just a shame? Isn't that just a real shame? Oh, Einstein. I'll grab you for some more science, thank you. Oh, Madrid is beginning to fall away now. Oh dear. Why is the world so suffering-y, hey? Why is night creeping in? No one's sure. Don't worry about it. Sometimes it's even a surprise to me. What do you mean my armies are next to you, Poland? Where am I? Like, no, genuine question. What's happening? Oh, we're killing Barbs. Oh, come on, that's fine. That doesn't even count. We're just cleaning up around here. Delicious Barbs. Hey, Poland, you know how my army's here? Let's instead declare war on France. Yes. Famously, vampires hate France. It's just common knowledge that. In we go. Let's destabilize so we can remove this civ from the game. If anything, all I'm doing is just speeding the game up for everyone. It's a good thing to do. So that is 5 science for every research lab taught extension and 4 science for every regular research lab. I've only got 1 of those in my nation. But hey, it's an extra 10 science per turn. It's useful. Changsha. Another one. Yes, my spies are starting to get very good now. This one's a master spy. Oh, you're going to be diabolically good. Let's teleport in now to there. Oh, defenses. Forget about the barricades. The barricades are genuinely really useful things in zombie mode, and I never use them, which is why I always forget about them. Perkinsty nukes these though, which means my vampires get some more. Lovely. What are they attacking with at the moment? 116 on Lord Sucklington, 132 on Strahd. Wow. Yeah, that'll do. 132 is stronger than a modern armor army. As easy as that is for me to say. That's powerful. Time to get pillaging again. We can't be, taking this game too easily. We need to be efficient. We need to keep going, keep driving. Okay, it's not the best vampire castle, but it's still pretty good. Another 17 food coming into Barovia. That will take the population just a little bit further towards me, and we've got another tall extension we can go in. I'm tempted to think that the research lab is the way to go here. The broadcast center is pretty tempting though. The bank and the stock exchange probably aren't going to help me as much. Let's go for the research lab after. Just such an outrageously large amount of science. Vampires in space. Oh yeah. How quickly can we get to space? 2 turns. Turns out you can just teleport there if you know magic. Feels like a bit of a workaround, but sure. Keep on pillaging. I need to get rid of this fort. This fort is very annoying. I'm being blown to bits and I don't like it. I disapprove. Oh, there's another one there. Oh, Sabito, you are not enjoying this. Right, come on. Let's start just demolishing Bordeaux's walls. Rudish is going to come in here. We're going to take this city and we're going to use it to just absolutely build as many vampire spawn as we can. I need more. I need a lot more. Venickerman is still gone, by the way. Like, I still feel bad about that. We need to bring you back. Scorched Earth. It's like regular Earth, but a little more toasty. Oh, Barovia and its robber barons. We're doing well. We've got a lot of stuff going on and it's all good. All my trade routes seem to have been killed by zombies, but apart from that, it's all good. Ignore the screaming, people. Ignore the screaming. It won't hurt you. Probably. That's a lie. It absolutely is going to hurt you. I need some food. But luckily for me, this is one unit that can actually do this quite well. But I'm in enemy zone of control, so I can't. Sabito, no! I need you to just keep moving this way, away from the defenses, whilst Rudisha really just tries to solve the problem with death. Typical Rudisha, am I right? Am I right? Oh, we like to pretend my channel supporters are war-weary murderers. It's the fun way of being. Mobilization. Armies of vampires. Armies. I've literally armified and weaponized my channel support. This is what I want to do. Yes. Steal. But what am I stealing? Well, I'm lovely. Oh, he's a funny boy. So the research lab has pushed my science to 500 now. Very good. Let's celebrate with an Earth satellite. I need to know exactly what's going on everywhere. Is that Bordeaux taken? Oh, it is. Oh, that's just fortuitous. Now I have very strong range attacks to give me a good amount of get out of here power. So Bordeaux is technically loyal, which is hilarious. Let's install a puppet government here and let's start to get some vampire spawn. We're going to reinforce. We're going to reinforce everyone. Sorry, Bordeaux, your entire population is about to get absorbed. It's nothing personal. Oh, who am I kidding? It's absolutely personal. The cliffs of Dover. We discover more for some reason, apparently. No one knows why. Don't complain. All right, here you are. You're back in the game. No dying again, all right? I'm watching you. I'm going to start you off with Barbarian. And all the while, I'm just going to fix a bunch of stuff because by doing that, I get to repillage it all over again. And oh, look, some more vampire spawn. Yes, all of the population of this city all being dragged out, forcibly converted to the undead. It's just the correct thing to do, you know? It's just the correct thing to do. The spies, you all understand the assignment here. Let's start doing some real chaos stuff. Zombie outbreak. That's fun. So how do they get Cliffs of Dover in their capital? Goodness me. I feel like that's just not fair. Military emergency. No, 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 no. I'm not an emergency that the world needs to focus in on. I'm just a benevolent undead overlord. Totally different. Totally different. Oh, it went through. Indonesia and France. Indonesia? I was just beginning to spy on you. You're in the middle of nowhere. You're nowhere near me. Well, I guess the one person that is likely to go after the vampire is the one person that doesn't really have to fight them, I guess. I guess that's fine. We're okay with that. Oh, 35. I need to stay away from these barricades. They are very annoying. Or just pillage them. Pillaging them also works very well. So now we can do mobilization, which means we can get a third class in. Cleric. Cleric is a really good one because this is 20 extra health per turn. I need to go on somebody with a little bit of close combat ability, like Kabayobi the Bloody, who is a fighter rogue. Now you're also a cleric. Oh, yes. Attacking with 107 strength. Of course you are. Druid, rogue, wizard. I like the wizard. The ability to teleport is underrated. Let's give you to somebody with a promotion like that. Saboteur is already a wizard. Really sure is just a paladin. Where's Perkinsey? Perkinsey is absolutely the one that I would like to use this on. Right, well, we'll make sure that you go in and let's just get another vampire in for now. So yeah, I think you're already a sorcerer warlock. Wizard makes kind of sense for you. What ridiculous conversations we end up having on this mod. It's just brilliant. Oh no, the city, because it's under an emergency, now counts as being fully loyal, which is a real problem. No matter, I'll just keep removing the population and deliberately starving them. There we go. Now it'll flip away, probably. A quick dip into Reformed Church for the Wars of Religion card. I think a nice +4 combat strength would be lovely. And Jane Austen. Sure, you seem like somebody that would hang out in my horrible, evil city of death. Yes, probably. Also, I hate to report that the vampire castle I had down at Anshin has been removed. The land that it was on was taken away. No matter, Lady Sucklington will make a new one. In my land here, there's a nice ring just on the edge of my territory with some very good improved tiles. Look at all these yields. 19 food, 11 production, 6 faith. Beautiful stuff. More of those, please. Thank you. 2 line inventories just walked in to my vampire then. That is not a good idea. Don't do that. Send your trade routes to me. And resources wise, I reckon olives. Let's vote up on olives. Duplicates on olives. Tasty. They look like miniature eyeballs. They taste a bit like eyeballs as well. I don't like olives. I should like olives, but I don't. Anyway, Strahd is in space, which means we now know everything about the map, which is just wonderful. Yes, all of the natural wonders appearing. Uluru, Delicate Arch, Earth Satellite, all gone up. And we've met Persia from space. Don't ask me how that's possible. He was just looking up into the sky one day and went, whoa, what's that vampire up there? Vampires exist? What? And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm in space. Oh yeah, this map is already beginning to chaos just nicely. So we can see where Germany was. Excellent. The edges of Russia are beginning to fade and chip away as well. Persia looks entirely happy. Very disappointing. In fact, they're actually stealing Spain's cities from them. Oh no, Persia is the beacon of light on this map and I don't like it. Valletta and Galonius mean that Scythia is almost out of the game and the Netherlands are really starting to struggle with it all as well now. So there are people that are showing signs of weaknesses, but cities like this aren't helping. Oh, way too much of the map is still happy. We will do what we can. We will do what we can. But, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult to cast the world into eternal night. Someone's got to do it, but it is difficult. This vampire has. Barbarian, druid, monk. Rudisha is already a paladin, so I'm actually going to give you barbarian so that you don't take damage, or you don't get weaker as you take damage. Rudisha, oh yeah, now here we go. We've got a powerful 114 strength divine smite now. That's an entertaining combo. I'm realizing that St. Basil's Cathedral, with the extra tourism, but also the extra food production and culture, that's really quite good. But it will remove this vampire castle, but that's fine. We can just replace it. Let's pop that down and get ourselves a new one. There's got to be a new location. Like over here, for instance, looks like a pretty good one. We'll have an investigate. There's got to be somewhere for a new vampire castle. There always is. And there's combustion. Now we can get ourselves tank armies for ultra-powered vampires. But Strahd must into space. After all, that is inevitable. So we're going to go for satellites and then head out from that. Maybe uranium would be fun. I don't know. An agent captured. No! One of my vampires got captured. Boo! I don't even know where you were. Oh, in Poland. Ah, rubbish. Can I have him back? Pretty please. Give my spy back. Oh, that's barely anything. All right. This wasn't a very good spy, clearly. We can finally start pillaging these really annoying barricades. Like, you need to stop shooting us now. This is getting very annoying. Perkins Steve, the triple. I'm looking forward to seeing just how crazy powerful your range strikes are now. St. Basil's Cathedral. Put all the relics in one place and make them super happy. And also make the snow tasty and productive. The game knows what we like. Actually, this will make the 4th and 5th ring tiles up in the north so productive. I'm going to put the extra vampire castle down there for now. As I mentioned, once we get the 5th tile in, we'll be able to replace all our vampire castles and get stuff that's really quite powerful. But until then, this will do. Ranged attacker, ranged attacker. I think a bard is good. Saputo, make your attacks, please. We'll combine you next turn. Oh yeah, of course. My great generals are taking damage from the barricades. That's hilarious. Don't do that. Don't allow yourself to get killed, great generals. This isn't good at all. Perkinstead does 85 damage to Paris 3 times. Oh, it's like a machine gun of missiles. They're my favorite part of this mod, I must say. The different abilities on the vampires, lovely. Oh, another spy's been captured. And another one. Oh, for goodness sake. We need better spies. These are terrible. Why do I get that? Cold War, is it? Cryptography. +1. I mean, I don't want to say that my spies are a national embarrassment right now. But this one I can't get back because we're at war, so that one is an embarrassment. Can I have this spy back, please? Thank you. Oh, dear. We go back and do exactly the same thing a second time? Probably not. This city used to be on about 16 population. It is not anymore. Not at all. Anyway, Sapito, Artificer, Bard, Wizard. The wizards are back. Another one's killed. What is it with these spies at the moment? Dear, oh dear. I'm gonna have to start doing source projects now, I think. Just to try and keep them alive a little bit longer because this is painful. So we're now doing things for a barbarian. Monk is good. I like the extra movement. So much pillage. So much faith pillage as well, which makes the vampires even better. I want a paladin. This is going to be a great combo. Nickerman, if you don't stay alive after this, I don't know what I need to do. That's the entire 4th ring of the city worked though. Now we're on to the 5th. This is the national park zone. We're already up to 218 tourism. It's pretty high. Maybe it'll go higher. Who knows? Satellites. It went up. It didn't come straight back down again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vampire spawn armies now. We're up to +70 from player era. Of course, we've gone to information era now. Amazing. I'm just trying to avoid killing units at this point. At least until my vampires arrive. Once they arrive, everything's fair play. France is refusing to submit, so I think I might just destroy it manually. Or keep the cities as puppets. Sometimes things just need a little bit of a hand, you know? Just a nudge in the right direction. Capitalism. The shopping mall is very important because it gives my city 2 extra amenities. And amenities are the thing that I'm struggling with over housing at the moment. Barovia must continue to grow. 37 population is not anywhere near high enough. Nowhere near. And thank you, Rudisha. Let's take over Paris. We will keep it. But again, I'm going to just start draining population from these areas. Oh, of course, I can actually just abandon the city. Oh, why was I not thinking about this? Yeah, there we go. We've got the abandoned city project. I can literally just let it go. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Well, I get a vampire and then we'll abandon it. Amazing. We can just chomp through. Let's go to war with people, taking their cities and leaving them abandoned. It's so simple. Why didn't I think of that before? The vampire just actually destroyed a builder and a settler. I forget vampires do that. They just eat them all. Up to plus 46 with Strahd at the moment. Every time units are thrown into either my vampire spawn, which heal every time they kill something, or my vampires, which literally get stronger. Every time it makes me laugh just a little bit. That doesn't make me laugh though. That's mechanized infantry. Oh dear. I think the best thing we can do in this situation is just run away. That's a new vampire spawn. I need another name. Daddy Todd, you're up. We'll get reinforcements for you soon. Every time we take on a new city, we'll extract some of the local population to join you. It'll be fine. Time for another vampire castle in my home as well. 3 of them, another 16 food. This is all pre-multiplier stuff as well. You got to remember that. Oh, the military emergency 1. I'd forgotten about that one. The defenses of Barovia continue to hold. It's fine. It just means the world is chaotic and I enjoy that. The moon landing. Is a vampire on the moon? Possibly. Let's not ask that question. Let's just assume that everything will be fine. Urban offensive. That's a lot of happiness. I'm going to put that card in. Happiness is a distinct and continued issue. Despotic paternalism. +4 loyalty per turn with cities and a governor and then a huge penalty. No, that seems horrendous. Why would I ever do that? No, some of these Dark Age cards are terrible. I mean, Robber Barons is brilliant. Some of them are just terrible. Soft targets. Ooh. Attacks against city attacks and city defenses. Yes, actually that is quite good. That would help me to attack the cities and raise them. And whilst Urban Offensive is good, I'm now actually thinking Wars of Religion. If I tie all of these cards together, and as you can see, Barovia is just about still happy. Just about, for now. Now we should have a really, really good sense of combat. So Lord Sucklington is getting 5 from the General, 10 from the soft targets. Strahd stacking with 147 strength now. Yeah, I like that. France, before you go, can I have your book and your stuff? Thank you very much. She submits right at the end to my chaotic undead rule, just before she disappears forever. I'm also making peace with Indonesia. This should get rid of all my war weariness, and that staves off the unhappiness just for a bit, until we declare war on the Dutch, which is absolutely going to happen. The Dutch are doing too powerful. And Poland. Poland is who I mean. The Dutch, the Polish. Has anyone ever seen any of them in the same room together at the same time? No? I didn't think so. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Kappa Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Lillian, Radiatore, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluk 79, Bob Loblaw, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Deja Fu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash, Is This Live, Twin Cam Inferno, Martin S, Minnow, Sorta Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Poppy Dude, Dan Jamo. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!